Captain America Brave New World, now out. So let's talk about it. So the newest Captain America movie, the newest MCU film is now out for you guys to go and check out right now. Interesting fact, when this movie started, it doesn't start with the normal logo. Like it was the craziest thing to me. I was sitting there, I was like, wait, what? We're not getting the actual Marvel thing? So that's an interesting start to begin with, but nevertheless, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't make the movie great or not. It was just, I thought it was an interesting choice. Now, Captain America 4. Captain America 4. Ooh, how do I describe this film? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is what I think of the film if I was to sum it up, right? Really quick summary. Winter Soldier, that isn't good. That's what this movie feels like. Now, granted, that's not saying this movie is just 100% awful. It's not She-Hulk. It ain't the Marvels. It's not that bad. It's a very mid film. It does have some redeeming qualities. Like, let's just get some of the good stuff. Some of the action is great. I will say that. Some of the action, I was like, cool. You know, that looks fantastic. Especially with, you know, them two flying around in the sky and stuff like that. That was great. There is a big reveal in this movie about something, which is, I'm interested to see what people think of it. How that's all come about. They also address this celestial coming out of the Earth. You know, we finally got, whoa, this thing has just popped out here. What's going on here? So there's a whole thing about that as well, which was finally, it's like, come on, this has only been for how long now? So there's that. But the action there is some great action in this movie. Now, this movie does try to take the route of a Winter Soldier. It tries to be very much like a spy action thriller in a way, and it quite doesn't deliver that. It's kind of, yeah. It's not as compelling as, say, Winter Soldier, where, you know, you're like, who's behind it all? What's going on here? Like, what is this? And then the reveals, all that happened. That was so much better. Here, they try to do that, but it felt like they were trying to capture the magic of Winter Soldier, but they just couldn't do it here. It just didn't feel like they could find that magic that made that movie click, which was unfortunate. There is a lot of tie-ins in this movie to the Incredible Hulk movie. So before, the Incredible Hulk movie really felt like the one that just did not fit in the MCU. Now it feels like, okay, it fits in the MCU because a lot of stuff goes back and is related to that movie, especially with Ross obviously being a big thing here. So there's a lot of that. So I like that tie-in as well. However, bad green screen is back, people. It's back. I just don't understand it. There were so many shots where I was like, yep, that's a green screen. That's a green screen. And it was just obvious. And I was like, oh, great. We're back to this. So there is some special effects that just did not work at all, that you could completely tell weren't real. Look, another thing I know it's the MCU, right? It's Marvel. You got gods and stuff like that, characters that can fly. You know, all this stuff there where you got to suspend your belief. And look, I'm happy to suspend my belief. But there is a point where it kind of goes a little bit too far. Now, this isn't spoiling anything. I mean, you guys all know that Red Hulk's in this movie. You all know that. You see it in the trailers, it's in the poster and everything. Red Hulk fights Sam. That we saw in the trailer. You see that in the trailer as well. Now, this is the thing that I have an issue with. When he's throwing punches at Sam, I get Sam has the wings and he has the shield, right? He's got that. That's fine. You know, you can have a shield and stuff like that. That is completely fine. But if something is coming at you with the sheer force and power that the Red Hulk has, and you're a mere mortal, you're a mere human being, yeah, I'm sorry. That's shattering your arms. It's shattering all your bones and everything like that. And there's so many times here where Sam's taking the hits like this, and I'm like, no. See, with Cap and Bucky and that, it's different because they have the super soldier serum. So it's more believable because they have that super strength. Sam's just a human being. It's just like me and you. And if he was to stand there, like, the Red Hulk's punches are basically a car coming at you. And I'm supposed to sit there and believe that Sam can just hold up the shield and take that hit, and it's not going to do anything. And, like, the thing is, if he took the hit and went back and, like, you know, absorbed it, that's fine. But he doesn't do that. He stands there and he's like, bam, bam, bam. It's like, It's like that. That's just a bit too far. I get it. It's the MCU and stuff like that. I understand that, but he's just a human. So it doesn't make sense to me. And that kind of took me out. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. The villain of the movie, yeah. I feel like they're struggling. They've been struggling a little bit recently with their villains. We've had some really bad villains, and I think this villain is again another bad villain. The motivation, okay, I get it, great, but it's nothing like too deep or anything like that. Unlike all the other ones, especially in like Winter Soldier, Civil War, those type of villains. You're like, okay, these villains are more complex. They're three-dimensional. There's so many layers to them. This villain is so one-dimensional that you're like, huh, great. This guy just has a vendetta against this person. Not like I've never seen that before. So it didn't feel original or anything like that. I don't mind. You don't have to have an original idea when it comes to the villain, but you have to make it more, you have to have more depth to that character to make it feel more realistic and more like I understand the character, I can visualize, because this character, this villain is supposed to be the hero of the story in his story, but I never believed it. I never believed that's what he was. I never believed him. So that's a bit of a shame. As for Sam, he goes through this thing. He goes through his journey. There is repeats of certain arcs that I thought we already got past that are still surfacing here about him. Did Cap make the right choice? Did he not? And I was kind of like, okay, great. We're doing that again. I thought we covered that in the show, but apparently not. We're still dealing with that. So that was kind of like, okay, it is. But Sam was great. I have no problems with him being Cap or anything like that. There's some cool moments with him. His right hand man was cool. The new Falcon, he was cool. It is what it is. Harrison Ford was great as Ross. I thought, with obviously William Hurt, rest in peace, passing away, they decided to recast. They got a great job with Harrison Ford, and I thought Harrison Ford was great as well. Red Hulk was fine. I guess it's fine. So overall, the movie the story was kind of messy, all over the place. The motivations were here and there, and I was kind of like, okay, it's a bit jumbly here. This motivation doesn't really fit here and that. What's going on here? This is a bit like that. They tried to do the whole, this is what's happened behind the things. How are you going to figure it out? And then it's kind of like, ugh, just falls apart. It doesn't keep you intrigued like Winter Soldier did, where you're like, what is going on? Who's the real bad guy? Like, what is happening? And, having those moments like Nick Fury, is he really dead? Is he not? What's going on here? Who's the one behind it? The big reveal, Bucky and that. So, it just didn't have the magic that I was looking for in the MCU film. And it's a bit of a downer. I'm not going to lie. It kind of, yeah, it just kind of dampened me after watching it. I kind of came out of it going, great. I don't plan on rewatching it again. It's not like Winter Soldier and all that where I'm like, oh, I need to see this again. So, yeah, it's one of those ones. There is a post-credit scene. There's not too much to it. It's just a big tease for what's coming. It's nothing like revealing or anything like that. It's just a couple of words that are said where you're like, oh, okay, so that's what's happening. We already knew that was happening and stuff. So it wasn't anything new or anything like that. But overall, Brave New World, yeah, just didn't do it for me. And let me know what you guys think. If you guys loved it, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear it because, everyone's going to have a different opinion. So let me know. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.